they say all men are created equal. Shot! Master! I'll pull out the Glock! Full of suffering, succotash, son!
It's one of your nuts hanging out of your shorts.
Real glass!
You have a father, but your father's dead.
So just for full transparency, we are recording now on a different day. So if we look different, that's why. But we're just going to start where we left off. And where we left off was a very nice place just before MJF. I mean, for me, it's a no-brainer for this boy. It's hard to scroll on this thing for full transparency. That's why I like have to drop people in the middle and then scroll upwards. But for me, it's got to be Elite.
It's really killing me that Jay White in Elite. But yeah, moving on. MJF. Yeah, he is Elite. He is one of the greatest of all time currently. He's a mascot for the company. He just excels in any angle, any type of wrestling. It's easy to pigeonhole him, and he's just a great promo, and he just, can pump out a reliable match. But he's an absolute workhorse, and if he needs to step up and he needs to do all the flippy shit and he needs to do all that stuff to get over, he can do. But if he needs to wrestle a much more stripped back, heelish way, he can. If he needs to do comedy, he can. There's nothing that Max can't do. He is so well-rounded, and yeah, I wouldn't trust anyone's opinion if they didn't think Max was elite or didn't hold him to a high regard. That to me would be like a litmus test for seeing whether I should actually listen to your opinions as a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I can understand, like, well, no, I can't understand, but I know of people who like dislike him because, like the character work and stuff, and he's just an asshole. It's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. He's worked here, like, he's just one of them wrestlers who it's so effective the way he can make you hate him or love him, just in the flip of a coin, and he can make you feel sorry for him, even if you hate him. He's a great actor. I know that some people aren't keen on like his promos. Like sometimes his insults can be quite stale and things like that, like your mom, which like whatever. But the bigger picture is, I just think he is like foundational for AEW. He's sort
That's
of
a good word.
Yeah, he's sort of like, I want to say maybe even homegrown talent for them, because joining AEW was his big break. And he's so young, and he's achieved so much in a short period of time. And I feel like AEW wouldn't be the same without MJF, and MJF wouldn't be the same without AEW.
Yeah, they're so entwined.
Yeah, and just I can't really fault him. I just love him. The emotions that he evokes within me is, like I said, like I can hate him, but I can also love him at the same time, and he makes you feel the whole range of emotions, with ease. So, yeah, to me, there's no other place for him other than right at the top.
And the best thing about wrestling is the fact that you get to watch it in real time, and it's like, yes, it's a TV show, but it's not the case of, oh, why don't you watch this show, or it wrapped up, or oh, you need to wait for the next season to come out. It's showing right now. That is why wrestling is so great, and the fact that you can be watching it from A to A and follow these guys' careers. But it's like you say, it's the emotional hold that Max has, and it's the fact that throughout those years that he's been in AEW and that we've been watching him since AEW's been about like 2018, 2019 to 2025, just how much range he's shown. There's some wrestlers that are just great and they've just stuck to their character throughout their whole career, and it's a bit one note, but it works for them, and people have great memories of them. I'm thinking of perhaps John Cena. I mean, I know he's done the heel turn recently, but he carried himself all the way through with a certain wrestling style, certain character, and people loved him throughout all that. But I think Max is just so great because he's got those caveats to his character, and
Yeah.
everything that happens to him is development and it has an impact. And it's like Hangman in that he has such an intrinsic understanding of his character, and it's so nuanced, and you're genuinely excited to see him in new matches and new matchups and situations because it's like, how will he react to this? Because he's not wooden, he's not 2D, he's very self-aware, multifaceted, and he's just a fucking delight.
Yeah, he is. He is a fucking delight, and he knows that he's a fucking delight.
He does.
I feel
Very
like he's very,
intelligent guy.
yeah, yeah, and he's also very true to himself. I feel like he's, he would honor his own feelings, and if he wanted to leave AEW, like, I feel like he's willing to. He would follow. I think he follows his own gut instinct with things, and I'm intrigued to know what happened with that tattoo. But to your point, like everything he does, you're interested. You want to know, like, oh, how's he going to react? What's he going to do next? So, yeah. Um. So, shall we? Do we have anything to add about Max, or shall we move on to the next?
No, I think we have established that we love him.
Yeah, we've sang his praises. Okay, so we'll move on to the next three-letter abbreviation beginning with M. We've got MVP.
We were singing his praises in the last Dynamite.
Yeah,
It's difficult because obviously he's a manager and he only has joined as of recent. So I think he should be in my Shayla. Uh,
agreed. Yeah, that's what. As
I
he
think
put,
that is the appropriate category.
I've just dropped him some. Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, he landed in the right place. That's all good.
Yeah,
We'll put him next to Hurt Syndicate there.
his boys. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Obviously excellent at what he does. We've talked quite a lot about how good he is as a manager, like particularly in the last week. And yeah, he fits that role really well. And also, like, he was in the ring not long ago too, so no, he can do it all. Okay, who is that?
If you lift it up, it should say on the text bit. Oh, we cut the text.
Don't know who this guy is. He's got big sideburns and a hairy chest.
Um, Move on to Nick Wayne and I'll search that one up for you.
Okay, I'll put him into Don't Know Your Love for now.
Yeah.
Um, okay,
Where do you think Nicholas Wayne? Oh, it's called. Wait, I've got it. It's called Nick Comoroto. Comoroto. Don't know you love.
okay,
Don't
okay.
fucking know you love.
You can stay there. You can stay there. Um, Nick Wayne, on the other hand, I mean, yeah, this is quite a hard one as well because he's
It's
obviously
difficult.
very good wrestler. Got some interesting story arc stuff going on at the moment. I feel like being with Christian has been great for him. Being with his mother, God bless him, has been good too. Very entertaining. But also they've not done that much recently, and he's so young as well. I feel like we're barely scratching the surface of his potential, so it's hard to say. Um, I'm leaning up towards like this greeny area up towards the top because, like I said, I do think he's very good.
Yeah, I think it'd be unfair to call him a creator wrestler when he has
Yeah.
some nuance. It's just the role he's been in has been very passive, and that's been the storyline. So it makes sense. I mean, you especially have been saying for him and Hook, those two in particular, we've wanted to see some more off for a while, and I think we probably said the same thing verbatim in last year's tier list. But yeah, even
Mm.
though the mid card slot like it is quite high, these are. I mean, other than maybe like Dustin, like these guys are going for gold, they're going for titles, they are wrestling week on week, the majority of these people in that category. But I think that is where he belongs for
Yeah.
sure.
Interesting that we've got. I think this might be like the first instance on this tier list where we've got people sort of in a faction together who have landed in different tiers. So we have Christian in my Shayla and Nick Wayne in mid card in brackets, good for what they are. So I mean, I guess I think obviously Christian is the focal point. of the patriarchy. Obviously, that's the whole point. And that's not to mention as well like his very long wrestling history, so it makes sense.
Yeah, Christian's got an extensive legacy, so of course he's going to have more weight behind him than Nick Quinn. But I really hope he gets the rub uh, with however they're going to conclude the patriarchy story in the breakup. I really hope that he gets a good showing and that he gets to wrestle more.
Hmm.
Because he's good.
Yeah.
Very young though, very young. No rush.
Very young. Yeah, take your time. Take your sweet time. I think he's younger than us. I think he's
Us,
like really young, yeah.
he must be like 19 or 20 now, I'd say.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we have we not done no, we haven't done we've got Orange Cassidy up next. I think I remember doing him last time. I feel like we talked about him for a long time.
We put him in the top category last time,
Mm.
but I think he needs to go in my Shayla.
Ooh,
Uh,
why?
well, I just don't think like he's done. We didn't have the elite category before. Like we didn't have the cream of the cream of the crop last time, and I think just for what he's done the past year, it's been enjoyable. The conglomeration and the short little chase that he had for the title. Everything that he's done has been a delight in his little matches. But he hadn't had any, even on pay per view, he hadn't really had any big star making
Mm.
banger of a match for a while. He's just kind of honestly he should probably be in the mid card, but because of
Gosh.
the mascot value that I think that he has and the recognizability for the fans, I think he should be in the second category. But he hasn't really been up to much past year, has he? Being
I
honest.
mean, yeah, being honest, yeah, you're right. You are right. And I know it's hard in this because sometimes we've referenced the past and that's played into it a bit, but we are mainly trying to focus on the now. And
Mm.
if we're doing this topically from the now, then yeah, this category is where he belongs. But in my heart, he's elite. But I think your point is correct, even though it's a little painful. I think he's very reliable, and he's like you said, like a mascot for the company. I think like in a similar way to what I was saying about MJF, like AEW wouldn't be the same without him, and I don't think he'd be the same without AEW too. So yeah, it's a shame that he's not done much recently. So I think I said a few weeks ago he should be the one to dethrone Mox. I mean, I know we've been there and done that, and he failed, but let's run it back.
I
Let's
don't
try
think we
again.
can. I think that ship's. I think if Mox beats you, that's it. Like you kind of lose a lot of momentum at that
Yeah.
point because at that point the Death Riders regen, and I've been clamoring for ages for an Orange Cassidy heel turn. I think that's what he needs to get back on top form. But I don't know because it would have really worked a heel turn when he was chasing for the title. That's when it would have had the most impact. Because now it's like you got to build him back up because that's when the heel turn's going to be the most impactful.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
that'll
so.
make
Yeah,
big headlines when it happens. I feel like a lot of people are very invested in Orange Cassidy. He's a bit of a cult figure, I feel like. In every single show, there's always someone dressed up as him, and he's very marketable. Like he's gone viral so many times. I think that he has quite a lot of underrated, understated like star power.
yeah, and he's just reliable. It's just a shame because yeah, he can put on a reliable TV match, but it would be nice to see him have a big match on pay-per-view in a big moment again. And but that's wrestling, baby. You cycle
Swings and
people in and
roundabouts.
out, and yeah, that's how you keep things fresh, and that's how you keep you don't overexpose people. But I think, if the roundabout's been going round, it's done a 360 now, and I'm ready for a
Mm,
bit more exposure on Orange Cassidy again.
yeah, absolutely. Me too. Okay then. We'll move on. We've got Ortiz next.
Didn't even know he was still with the company.
I'm not sure
Um,
if. Oh, you must be because you went through the website, didn't you? But
yeah,
yeah,
this is
me
the
neither.
updated. Everyone that was on here was the people on the roster. So
Yeah.
yeah, I felt nothing can't be asked because he must be in Ring of Honor doing something, and I don't care. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, because we thought he was fired. So yeah. So then we'll move on to Pac, the bastard.
Pack, pack. He's good for what he is. He's a mid card, and he's good for what he is. He suffers from. We said this last year. He suffers from the fact that he's like Osprey. He wants to live in England. He's a
Mm.
Geordie man. He wants to be in the north of England,
I
which,
mean, yeah, can't
God
blame
bless
him.
him for that one. Can't believe that one. But that does suffer because, he's not traveling out as much, and yeah, it makes him suffer, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it keeps him in that position.
yeah, he's not a very consistent figure on television, so that limits what he can do. I mean, having said that, he's currently a champion, but you wouldn't know it because they don't defend those trios championships ever. And obviously, I love the Death Riders, been quite outspoken about that. And I love Pac, but that's just where we're at currently, isn't it? I think, good for what he is a very good way to describe him. He'll always put on a banger, guarantee that
I feel
much.
like Kyle Fletcher should also be elite. I don't know if it's just looking at the fresh eyes today, but I just feel like Jay White and Kyle Fletcher should be elite.
Well,
Or is that just bias? Is that just bias? I'm just like, they're so good.
I know, and we keep on saying this. You kept on saying this in the first episode, to be fair, but we talked ourselves into keeping them where they were, like we justified
Okay,
it.
okay, okay, okay. We justified it. Right. Don't need to run that one back. Sorry, who were we even talking about?
We were talking about Pac. I think that ship has sailed. I think we made our point. Um, Big Show.
Big Show, Paul
Oh,
White.
yeah. Big Paul.
I felt nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a backstage person, isn't he, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Not much to say there.
Who
We've
that?
got Peter Avalon.
Oh, I didn't even know he was still with the company. I felt nothing.
I felt nothing. Next up, we have Powerhouse Hobbs.
It's
Big,
difficult because
big
I
Will.
have a fondness for him. Kind of want to put him in my Shayla, but
Yeah.
he only really came back from injury the past few months, so maybe he should be in mid card because he hasn't had anything to really sink his teeth into.
Yeah, I mean, he's been wrestling quite regularly, like doing on and off stuff, but he's not had a big storyline, has he? Um, but he
I
is
do
my
have a fondness
Sheila.
for him. He is my Shayla, and I like him a lot, and I enjoy him, but it's difficult in it. But I suppose Orange Cassidy also hasn't really had much to work with. But he's, as we've justified, he's reliable, he's consistent, he's putting on great TV matches when needed, which is what Will Hobbs is doing. So I guess we can keep him there.
I feel like
Yeah.
I want to put him here, but like comparing him to the other people in here, I don't feel like he lives up to that to the
Do you
same
not
standard as
think?
the people. But no, I'm not like. I
Just
mean,
a bit, just a bit of charity though.
I guess I'm
Just a bit
looking
of
at
charity for
like,
Will Hobbs.
especially the last sort of five or so: Jack Perry, Jay
Jeff
White,
Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, Kyle Fletcher, Orange Cassidy. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm
Because
doing a
him and Orange Cassidy have been booked the exact same this past year. Like they're
yeah.
not getting any meat on the bone.
Yeah,
They're
and you
just,
know what? Yeah, I'm doing
but
a
they're still
180
great.
on what I just said. I forgot I said it. Let's keep him here. He belongs there.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck off.
who's that?
Oh, I thought it was Wardlow. Um, I
No, it's
don't know.
not. We're not there yet. I think it begins with a P, possibly.
P.
Oh,
It is Preston Vance. Now we do know Preston
oh,
Vance. We have heard of him. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure we've seen him wrestle, but I can't be asked.
I didn't recognize him on this render. I don't. I remember. Yeah, I remember hearing the name. I don't remember what he did. So sorry You can stay there.
Imagine being called Preston.
Yeah,
Imagine
Preston's
being
off.
named after Preston.
Fucking
P-Town.
shithole. Fuck me, I'd
Uh,
change my name. So moving on, we have Prince Nana.
That's like the only. Right, yeah, Prince Nana. Shayla. You know,
Love.
I feel like with
100%.
managers there is that glass ceiling. It would be very
Yeah,
difficult to put a manager in elite. Um, but he is top tier. He adds a lot to Swerve's character, and you have an emotional investment in him. You do care, and
yeah,
when the heels go after him, you feel something. So he makes you
yeah.
feel. He
I
makes you
mean,
think less and feel more.
yeah, exactly. He made me care about a fucking robe.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think that your proposal, your pitch about Ricochet was potentially a missed opportunity. When you suggested that like maybe he was going to turn heel on Swerve and switch to Ricochet, but I think Ricochet's proved me wrong in that he's proven he doesn't really need a mouthpiece. He's capable of doing it himself, but I feel like that would have been a really fun thing for Prince Nana to do. But
Yeah, but
he's
it didn't
still
happen.
excellent in his role. If it ain't
Yeah,
broke, you don't need to fix it.
true.
Speaking of which, up next we do have Ricochet, Mr. Ricky himself, Mr. Bald,
This is really
Mr. Toilet
difficult
Paper.
because he belongs above mid card, I think, because his act is more entertaining. But to put Ricochet in my Shayla feels criminal. So I think we have to do a Darby Allin and just keep him there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this is such a controversial tier list, man. I can already see the comments that people are going to comment. But it's the categories, man. It's the categories. We've called that category my Shayla. We cannot put Ricochet in my Shayla. We can't
Oh,
do that. We can't do that. Because he's not our Shayla.
it's like, yeah, if I look at it objectively, entertaining, good heel, good wrestler. But subjectively, I don't like him. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is a very objectively subjective tier list. We're trying to keep it objective, but
No, listen, if it was
we have biases,
subjective,
gang.
Claudio would be here, Jay White would
Jim.
be here, Kyle Fletcher would be here, right? So,
Yeah, we're making sacrifices.
yeah.
The numbers don't lie. They spell disaster for you on the tier list 2025.
Oh my. Um, we've got this
Udis.
fellow up next. We've got Roddy Strong.
Mid card. Mid card because
Hey, I hear
is
you.
he is a creative wrestler, but that he is the most creative wrestler to ever create a wrestler. His whole thing is just like kind of how generic he is, but he does it better than anyone else.
We really put in Roddy
He's
in
the
mid
greatest
card.
2K. He's the greatest 2K character. He puts on a great. He's a great
What about
wrestler.
Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly? They're in Creator Wrestler.
I think he's better than those two.
Oh my god, that is a controversial statement.
I think in ring he's better.
No.
Go on then, put him down there. So I'm sorry, it's a different day. I forget. I've got not
Well,
deja vu,
no, I don't.
amnesia.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I disagree that he's better than these two.
I've just woke up
Wondering
today and
if
I'm
you
feeling
could
very
convince.
controversial.
I'm wondering if you could convince me that he belongs here and they belong down there. But
Uh, the end of Heartache is the coolest finishing move ever.
okay, yeah, point taken.
I feel like he's had more one-on-one matches that are entertaining within the past year than Kyle or Adam. I feel like out of the three, Adam is the weakest. I'd probably rate him Roddy 1, Kyle 2, and Adam Cole 3rd. Very controversial.
Gosh.
I know, but it's just how I'm feeling. I had some mini eggs today. A sugar rush is getting to me.
um, I don't know where I stand with this one. I'm a bit uneasy. I,
Right,
ca-
put him down.
I think
Put
he
him down.
belongs snuggled in between these two, just here.
As an act, yeah.
You wouldn't want to break up their little family, would you?
No, I can live with that. I can go to sleep at night. Like it's not going to keep me
You're not gonna
awake.
go to bat over. You're not gonna die on the Roderick Strong hill.
But I think he's the best out of the three of them currently. What he has to offer, I think he has more to offer because they're all wooden as fuck. They're all 2D as fuck. So then you've just got to look at work rate in the ring.
What about
And
Kyle though? Kyle's funny.
oh yeah, because funny wins titles, doesn't it?
Okay, okay. We've got
Unis.
we've got
Oh,
Roosh up
Roosh. We
next.
haven't seen him for a while. He's
No, it's been a
yeah,
while. It's been a while.
it's been a while. Uh, I think he's good for what he is.
Yeah, he's not wrestled for a long
Is he
time,
out on injury?
potentially.
I feel the rush, addicted to your touch. What if he came out to that instead? It's so good, it's so good. Rebrand. Um, I'm on the wiki. I'm on personal life.
Don't get distracted.
Sorry, professional wrestling. Oh, yeah, the whole thing about his persona. I feel the rush. Right, I'm rushing. I'm rushing. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Um, no, I think he's fine.
Okay.
Possible backstage news on possible reason for extended AEW TV absence of Rush, and this was in January. Andrew Listico, which I'm pretty sure he's been really. They've been missing since October the 30th.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a long.
Oh, there was heat. There was heat on Rush. So he was supposed to. Sorry, this is really old news, but Rush was supposed to win his match alongside Mortos on the November 14th Collision episode. But there was heat on Rush following him getting physical with Alec Prince and Richard Holiday on the previous episode of Rampage, not the Rampage T girl, which has been a recurring habit. Ooh.
Oh,
He had to get checked by a medic, Holiday that is, after the match, which concerned management.
I mean, yeah, that is
Oh, and
quite
then he
concerning.
had an injury that saw him out of action. Yeah, that was the beginning of last year. He's also dealt with visa issues.
Well, I guess it's not fair to rank him then.
Yeah, he's not really about, and that's a shame that he's clearly pushed things a bit too far as old Roosh because he's a very good wrestler and Lij are interesting. Obviously, they did the little tradey, Jake the Snake and all that. It was something different. So that's a real shame. I hope
Yeah,
he's you know, go, working on that because that's a shame, man.
yeah.
Where was the professionalism?
I'm glad that we researched that because yeah, that
Probably
fool.
old ass tea. People will know, but we,
People
we
be
didn't
like,
know.
oh yeah, I know about that. God. So I mean, yeah, good to know. Well, here he is, the man himself, Sammy Guevara. I
Oh, I wonder
think
where.
he might go in Sammy Guevara heat. I mean,
Yeah, what is it? People are like, I see comments like, "Oh, I'm ready for Sammy Guevara to return to TV now." I'm like, "You're mental.
that's
What are you on about? You're ready for this guy." What
crazy.
the? I kind of hope he doesn't. I kind of hope he does come back just so. I mean, in the ring, yeah, he can go, but people would see just how the man has got a personality of
A wooden spoon.
a wooden spoon in a Tesco meal deal, and it's
Oh
short and it's not
God.
great.
I
It's
was
just it's
thinking
just
of like like a wooden spoon that you stir food with, but you're right, that one's worse, like a miniature one, disposable one. That is 100%
yeah, Toy Story 4.
correct.
I'm trash. That's what it's given. Anyway, what a loser. Let's move on.
Let's not waste any more time. Satnam Singh is next.
Well, him and TNA haven't been where do we put Lethal?
Um,
Is he there in Creator Wrestler? I guess he's got to go with
oh
Lethal
yeah,
because he's not really been doing
he
much.
is. I don't remember doing him. I think we skipped past that one pretty quickly. So yeah, yeah, sure.
Why are we
Um.
struggling so much for who these people are?
Oh, is that Scorpio Sky?
Scorpio Sky still with the company. I feel the rush. Where is he? I'm scrolling and I'm double fact checking. What letter are we on?
S. We've made some
Yeah,
traction.
It is Scorpio Sky. I can't be asked. What's
Yeah,
he done?
again, I didn't
Probably
know
in
he
Ring of
was
Honor.
with the company still. So yeah. We've got a luchador up next. We've got Serpentico, I believe.
Felt nothing, can't be asked.
I mean, yeah. My initial thought was creator wrestler because I feel like it's very creator wrestler esque, but I also felt nothing. So yeah, can deal with that one.
I literally just yawned. That induced a yawn.
Yep. We have Sean Dean, Captain Sean Dean.
Don't know you love.
Me neither. We've already done Shelton Benjamin. He can move to the bottom. Sanjay Dutt,
Uh, Creative wrestler. He's just not doing much. He's just chilling.
just chilling in catering. It's not. That sounds
Who
actually quite
right? Can we just run it back and remember that Jeff Jarrett said that he was gonna win the world title, and then
sick.
he's just completely disappeared. And he was like, "I'm gonna retire, all in Texas or whatever it was." And now we haven't heard from him since.
No, he's like, I lost and I'm gonna retire anyway. Bye.
Wild. And he's in our second tier.
Well,
Objectivity, people.
yeah. We've got to have some wins. Okay, so Sting is the next wrestler up.
Sting is obsolete. He's retired.
Yep, certainly is. And then we've got Stokely Hathaway.
I felt nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I
I really don't
no.
like the fact that I've completely soured from him when they tore him away from Chris Statlander. I just don't get it. I've got an out to be invested in with him at the minute, so I
I
just
mean, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like maybe I've got rose tinted glasses because of the Chris Statlander thing, and in general, I think he's funny and quite likable. But yeah, you're right. I don't know what the direction is now. I don't think he's got any. So,
to me he's not entertaining by himself.
mm,
In the same way that I think Nana could be or MVP.
mm,
MVP could lose the Hurt Syndicate tomorrow, grab a mic and walk out and do a promo about wanting a new client, and it would be entertaining. If he did that, it wouldn't have the same gravitas.
yeah,
However, if he was paired with someone that was cool and they had chemistry, he would make a good act. But
yeah,
he's not a power force in and of himself. He's not as charismatic, I don't think, as a Prince Nana or Don Callis. I don't think he's on that tier of being a manager. But if he was with someone that was entertaining, I would move him up.
yeah. That's valid. That's valid. Yeah, I think at the moment this is where he sits. We've got Swerve Strickland now, and
What do you
oh,
think?
I think elite. I think straight up there. Go on,
Okay,
go on.
I agree. But we did have a discussion on last week's episode where, I voiced my concerns that I do feel like Swerve has been losing his edge. And
Yeah,
I just don't think he's at the max of his potential right now.
yeah,
It kind of sounds harsh, but I kind of feel like in terms of character development and style, he's just kind of been coasting in that he's just a really good wrestler now, and he just wrestles prestigiously and people chant Swerve's house, and I just don't know if I believe, like, I haven't seen him be the most dangerous man in AEW for a while. So, yeah, but I do agree. Yeah, he should be an elite, and I'm happy for him to be an elite. And he's
Are you?
he's mascot worthy. He's he's a great merch mover. He has the support of people, and it's not like he's been an elite for a long time. It's only within like the past year that he sort of had a breakout um, in his career and has been seen as a top guy. And I do hope that happens for many years, but I am just ready for something. I don't if his act keeps up the way it is right now and nothing changes within the next year, then I guess I'd be questioning it a bit more. So I guess it's just like I'm just starting to question it now. But Swerve is elite. Swerve is elite. I love Swerve. I'm not. Yeah.
Mhm.
I hope that makes sense.
And it makes sense. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Like, mm, it just needs something new, something fresh to properly get going and like sink his teeth into. Like he's excellent and he can take the ball and run with it. But yeah, at the moment it has. You make a really good point. It has been the same. It has been a lot of the same.
Yeah.
And I think I guess I just really like him, and I'm kind of biased in the sense that I sort of see past that in a way, and I'm like, but when you point it out, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I think it's easy to ignore that if you choose to, which is what I'm choosing to do. But I'm glad that you agree that he belongs in Elite.
Yeah, I'm just being like really nitpicky, like
Yeah,
I'm just voicing all my opinions, but yeah, he does belong in elite and he's proven himself. It's because I love him so much and because I know how high his potential is that I'm just
yeah,
always wanting more and more and more, and that's why I have those feelings because I know there's so much potential there and so much that can be done, and I just for me, what really won me round was Swerve. Like, yeah, we loved Killshot back in the day, but
mm.
it was to me, the defining moment that made me love him in AW was when he went to Nick Wayne's training compound. He did that whole bit,
Oh
and it was
my God,
genuinely, it was really edgy. And it was at the
yeah,
start of when I know AW kind of did a few hardcore street fight matches, but this added like a sense of realism um, to it rather than
mm.
just
Yeah.
hokey. This is when it kind of started the era of wrestlers doing criminal things, and it just yeah, it was
He's the
just really
king of doing criminal things.
exactly, and I think that's when he is his best.
Hmm.
So it's like MJF. Like, yeah, I loved his face turn, but he's best when he is heel,
Yeah, yeah,
and so that's
and
yeah,
being a despicable asshole breaking the law. Um, that's yeah. I think what you said about losing his edge is a good point as well. Like that's it, really, isn't it? He's always been this very edgy character, and we've not seen anything really sort of that pushes the envelope recently. But nonetheless, he's staying up top in Elite. So unless we have anything to add about Swerve, we'll go
no,
on
move on.
to Beast Mortos, who is down here because it's the first
The
name
be
is
small
the.
toss. I think he should be in mid card. I like him as far as luchadors go. I like his style. I like his character. I like what he brings to the table. And we talk about um, what's the word? Not responsible,
Reliable.
reliable. That's the one. Reliable TV matches will put on a good performance and
Yeah.
get the best out. And he's really good as well at selling. When they tend to put him in these positions, and he's really good at getting his opponent over. So yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I think obviously brings something unique to the table that no one else has. Like, I mean, an animal. It's an animal on the roster.
it's a beast.
Um,
He's
yeah.
formidable. I think that's the thing is he comes across as a formidable opponent, even if it looks like it's a throwaway or I mean in Collision you get small that you can sort of do, But in a Dynamite case, where it is just sort of a squash match or a buffer match to lift someone up, he presents himself, as I say, formidable, but also is
Yeah,
able to sell. And yeah, I think he's really good.
good for what he is. You could even
Aye,
say.
aye, aye.
Absolutely. Um, we've got a few thes now. We've got the Blade,
I don't care.
CBA, and what about the Butcher?
Oh, but can't be asked. Cannot be asked.
Agreed. Agreed. Um, who's that?
Power Leona,
Yeah. D
Power Longer, Power Longer.
I don't
One
know
of
this
them.
person.
You do know this person.
Oh, from Gates of Agony.
Tower
Yeah.
Leona from Gates of Agony, yeah. Can't be asked.
Yep. Congratulations, we know you, but can't be asked.
Tony Nese can't be asked.
Yeah, certainly.
Drainer. Kemi Rafflets. What a bunch of drainers.
Trent Beretta.
He's out on injury,
Yeah.
so it's unfair to judge him. The Outrunners, should we
Yeah,
do
we've got the
together?
Outrunners.
I think they are good for what they are. I'm gonna lean back because my legs are killing, so I'm just gonna be a little head.
Hello, little
Like in
head.
Beetlejuice when there's things with the tiny little heads and the big bodies. That's like me right now.
Well, so what do we think about the Outrunners? Do we think anything about the Outrunners? I mean, yeah, they're good.
I
They're
like them.
entertaining. They've got a good act, a good shtick. Um,
They're just aren't a threat. They're
yeah,
just not presented as a threat.
they're
So
presented as a joke, and I know, like, yes, it's meant to be sort of funny, but also I feel like there was a time when they were challenging for the titles, and we were led on to believe like, oh my god, can they do it? But also they were never took serious by anyone during that time. So it's like, why should we take them serious?
yeah, they need something. I think they're fine for right now. I think they're fine for right now.
Mm,
They've got other people challenging uh, Lashley and Benjamin, and not everyone can be at the top on any division all the
yeah,
time. So, and you need those people to help the show breathe and have those moments of light. But
yeah,
they'd probably need a manager. And
yeah.
it'd be really funny, to see him. So I know they kind of did a bit like a Rocky-esque montage before, but to see him sort of amp up. And there's ways they could do that, and ways if they want to go down that route, they could do it. But they're sort of like the tag version of Orange Cassidy in that they're mascot-esque. They've got a unique style. They're entertaining. They're over with the fans, but there is sort of like a ceiling there.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, love the idea of them having a manager. I feel like that would add a really interesting dynamic. Um, so yeah, we'll stick it in mid card. Good for what you are, and I can't stress this enough. Doesn't It's not bad. Mid card does not equal bad.
No, mid card is it's the it's the bones of a division. If you don't have a mid card, you've got absolutely nothing. If it was all just jobbers and people winning all the time, well, what? That's the whole thing is people climbing up to the top, and that's why it's satisfying when people win the world title
hmm
because they shouldn't just be taken from the outside and shoved into the world title picture. Spoiler, spoiler. My opinions on Megan Bain. I'm not a fan of that. I want to see people chasing. I want to see people. Even the Hurt Syndicate. They didn't. They came in and yeah, they hurt people. They hurt people, but they had character, they had direction, and they backed it up. And they did have to sort of work their way up to win that title from Private Party.
Hmm.
That's kind of what the mid card of any division exists for. It's yeah, it's the
Yeah,
ranking system.
100%, 100% agreed. Now we have you got ahead of yourself before. Now we are on Wardlow.
I mean, he's out on injury, so he's obsolete. But for me, he's got Sammy Guevara here because I'm just sick of people talking about him. Where's Wardlow? Where's Wardlow? It's like the bloody book.
Yeah,
Isn't that what it's called in freaking America? Not Where's Wally? Where's Wardlow?
I think it's Waldo.
um,
Oh, I need to make turn that into a meme. Where's Wardlow?
That's what people like this, like Wardlow fucking watch. Like,
Yeah,
people are hyper fixated on that man. People,
yeah,
that's people's
no,
special interests. Wardlow.
I don't.
What would Wardlow think of this? Like, it's just like, it's really in people's heads. He's like a celebrity. He's like top tier. I just, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand it personally. It's not my cup of tea.
People seem to think
The
he just had so much
obsession.
potential, and I
Yeah.
don't understand why. It's only him though. No one else goes that hard for anyone else. The way like Wardlow has die-hard fans.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah.
I don't know what he did to he's like witchcraft.
Hmm.
Alakazam. It's like he's done a spell, the Wardlow spell.
The Wardlow spell. Oh my God. Okay. Well, he's obsolete anyway, so we don't need to get heated about that. It's fine. Uh, well, we might get a little heated about Wheeler Yuta, although I don't think we will. He's my Shayla.
I think he should be in mid card.
Okay, maybe we will get heated then. JK, JK. But let me just fight my corner from Wheeler. He is one of the mainly interesting things in the Death Riders, and yes, I feel like yeah, I've said this myself. I'm a big fan of him, but at the moment, yeah, I'm a little bit sick of him being like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's like make a decision either way. Like he vacillates a lot. He's very fickle. But I feel that's part of his character. Like he's easily influenced. He's got these like guidance figures, and he doesn't know who to follow. And he's been manipulated by Moxley, and that's where he's at the moment. I feel like he needs some sort of catalyst to either like find someone else to pledge his loyalties to. I mean, we had hints of that with Cope, and then we never followed through with it, or to just break off and be himself, on his own.
But does he have enough momentum to do that?
Well, good question.
Because I think at the start, if they did things a certain way, and if they struck when the iron was hot, which is often the case of AW, they could easily do things, and people could have more momentum than they have right now. Like Orange Cassidy, you know, it's like they didn't strike. And I'm not saying he should have beat Mox for the world title, but if you're going to do it, that was the opportunity there because now it's probably going to be another few more years until he builds himself up to that position again.
Mm,
I just I feel like they could have really made a star out of Yuta and had him turn on Mox and have it be shocking. But
yeah,
now because the story's gone so far, it is literally just predictable.
yeah,
It's just predictable and it's less exciting and then I just don't know for me when the Death Rider story's over and when it's said and done, does he belong in the My Shayla category? Because I don't think he's got that much momentum. I think he's got the momentum of a mid carder.
yeah. Oh my, it's yeah, because I can't argue with anything that you said. That's the problem. You're not wrong. But I kind of hate
Facts are
that.
facts.
Kind of hate that.
The heart wants what the heart wants. The heart wants
Yeah,
Jay White in Elite.
yeah.
Put Jay White in Elite, and then we can keep Wheeler Yuta in My Shayla. Look at him. He belongs up there. Let him win. Beautiful.
This might be the best trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever.
Oh, but like, especially like my rant after last week about him he's never in the top. He's never in the top. I feel
I
like
can
this
live
this
with it.
tier list in the second part that we're doing right now, which isn't the second part because we don't know how we're going to edit this. But the other day that we filmed, like, it's just become unhinged.
Yeah, well, the longer you do something like this, the more
The
your
more you lose your
brain,
mind.
yeah, your brain just gets fried, and you're just like, fuck it. Jay White can go on elite.
All right, fab.
I'm fine with that. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. And listen, I kind of had an internal battle over that because I was also thinking, well, Pac's in mid card, and the other two are in Marshalla, but is that fair? Is that balanced?
We don't care about fair at this
Does
point.
that make sense?
We're just doing what we want. We're just two girls in the world,
I'm just vibing.
just spreading misinformation
Just
and
going with
propaganda.
our gut.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite contentious, but like we've settled on a peace agreement, so I'm happy with that. And actually, we're on to the last member of the male roster, alphabetically, Will Ospreay.
Oh, Osprey's got to be elite. Osprey's the easiest elite ever. And we've talked about like Swerve and how I am enjoying him as a face, but I never. And maybe it's just. I would say it's because Osprey's new in AEW, but even throughout his whole career, I just really think he steps up to quite literally the blue-eyed, blonde-haired babyface. He fits that role
Yeah.
so perfectly, and it never feels boring. It never feels cheesy like it did with Cody and self-indulgent. And I love Cody Rhodes, like it's no hate to him, but
Mm.
he was like the last, I'd say, true mascot-esque babyface of AEW, and then obviously he's gone to WWE and done that there. And then the fans kind of turned against him, but there's no staleness to Ospreay's act. He just comes in, does great wrestling, and he has this corny. He's so corny with his promos about his family, but he's so lovable in that babyface role. And you talked about MJF and him being authentic and believing what he says. Ospreay believes what he says, and I've said it time and time again. What he
Yeah.
does in the media for AEW should not be underestimated. He is always so vocal and so passionate, and backstage as well, he brings a great deal of morale. The man, he literally lives in England. He's back and forth on those planes. I don't know how he does it. The strain he puts his body under, and yeah, he's just fantastic. He's just absolutely fantastic.
I mean, and yeah, I'm not going to argue with it. I think he is elite for the purposes of this tier ranking. If it was,
Crowd reaction
yeah,
is
yeah,
it's
people love him.
astronomical.
He's a star. He's a star. He's probably, this might be a controversial statement, but maybe the biggest star that AEW has. Like maybe one of the biggest stars in wrestling outside of WWE, like in terms of fame. Like just pure fame. Like maybe other than Kenny Omega. I think he's a darling, like with internet fans and people who've seen him in real life like alike. Like hardcore fans and casual fans. Like his wrestling style isn't personally to my taste, and I
Really?
find I find him quite annoying. So like if
You
this was
don't like
me,
his wrestling style?
I mean, well, listen,
I
I
never
enjoy
knew
his
that.
matches. I enjoy his matches, but if you, I might
I know
get
you don't like his
I
promos,
might get hit
and
for
you find
saying
him
this.
annoying.
I know it's not that I don't like his wrestling style. Maybe that was the wrong choice of words. If you watch a few consecutive Osprey matches, they're all very similar. They're all. I don't know how to describe it. He is entertaining and he is a good wrestler. I'm not taking away from that. And yes, oh, have I lost you?
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
And yeah, I enjoy watching his wrestling, and I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not being like, oh, I don't like this spot monkey style. I love that. I love high octane wrestling. Um, I just prefer other types of wrestling, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I just I, f- I feel like I could watch. There's certain wrestlers who like I could binge watch their matches over and over again. Like, and for example, Bryan Danielson, I could not get bored watching his matches all day. Whereas with Osprey, I I don't get that. But that's just a personal thing to for me. That's not to take away from anything that Osprey can do and has achieved and will achieve in the future. Like I said, he's absolutely huge star and for good reason.
Yeah.
What do you think? Am I
It
making
was just what
sense?
I said before. I think he's brilliant. I think he's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I really love his wrestling style, and I, it's a subjective thing, isn't it? Like I personally could watch his matches over and over again. I think for what he's done for the sport in general, pushing the boundaries and the hate he used to. I know he still gets hate now, but the level of hate he used to get was astronomical in
Oh yeah, that's
comparison. Well,
disproportionate, I think. Yeah.
you know, um. But the fact that he continued and the fact that he's a part of that movement that pushed forward wrestling and pushed it stylistically and redefined what it meant. And I know AEW is a super indies, but bringing the indies to American television in a way that hasn't really been done before, I think, yeah, I think he's just amazing. And I think his legacy and his impact will be huge, and I'll be really interested to see the next crop of wrestlers who have been inspired by Will Ospreay and what they'll be able to do and building on top of that in the same way as to uh, the things that he was inspired by growing up in WWE, England, and Japan alike. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think he's an exciting talent and an elite talent for multiple reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not an Osprey hater. I'm not.
No, no, you're not. You're just saying like it's not. It's that subjectivity. It's not. He's not your favorite.
Hmm. Exactly.
That's fair enough.
Exactly. Well, shall we do? Do you want to do Tony Storm next?
Yeah, Tony Storm is also elite. She is
Agreed.
arguably the most over female star and arguably one of the most over stars in AEW. She creates those viral moments. She's hilarious and she's really stepped into her own. The timeless Tony characters. It's that. It's timeless. It's it's like a litmus test, like I say about MJF. If you can't say MJF is one of the best male wrestlers, how can and well rounded, how could you not think that about Tony?
Hmm.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. She's so unique. She is. I mean, it's hard to describe because it's so unique. Like what she does, like the character work. It's hilarious. It's also very compelling. It's not a comedy act, although it is funny. Yeah, it's a lot deeper than that. I mean, the feud with Mariah May is going to go down in history as one of the best of all time. Their final match was incredible visually. Uh, just on another level. The wrestling quality, the storytelling, everything about it was excellent. And yeah, she's a fantastic face of the company as well. Um, Certainly I imagine like helping with the marketing in like Australia as well and that part of the world being from there, and I think yeah that's another important aspect too. So yeah, I totally agree. She
I
is
think
she's
now
one of
she's
the very
totally
best.
in a stride as well, whereas before, it was kind of more of a comedy character and it was just like she was just saying one-liners and at the start it didn't really translate that well into the ring. Like the in-ring matches weren't as good, but then through the emotional side that we got through Mariah and now
Mm.
she's so confident in herself and that comes across like in-ring and when she's cutting promos and it's just great that now we've got to a point where she's just in a stride and we're just getting to watch her be in her peak.
100%, 100%. I love how you can tell that it's a piece of her. Like obviously she's playing a character. She plays it very well, but it is a piece of her, and you can tell that that's like sort of like her creative. I want to say like baby in a sense. You can tell it's been nurtured, and she puts a lot of thought
Yeah.
into everything she does. Do you want to do Mercedes Moné next?
Yeah,
A
I
little
think
bit less
Mercedes
clear cut with this one.
I think Mercedes Moné, I think she should be elite, yeah. I think she should be. Eh, It's only I've always been very back and forth on it, even in
Mm,
NXT, even in WWE. She's always been someone where sometimes I'd really enjoy her, and sometimes I just think she was so overrated for what she was doing. But I think, talking about hitting a stride, I think she has hit a stride, and she's comfortable, confident in what she's doing, and she's really doing well in the belt collector gimmick, and her in ring matches have really, really been slapping. So there's
yeah.
not much more you can ask for. And you talk about uh, viral internet, name brand, net worth, all that. She's up there. She's up there, and she definitely brings a lot to AEW and for the women's division. And the women's division would suffer if she wasn't there. So yeah, she's a pillar right now in that.
Yeah, absolutely. She brings a lot of star power to that division, and
Yeah, that's the word.
there's so many amazing wrestlers in the women's division, but it we've talked about it at length on the podcast how much it can just suffer from like a lack of direction. I feel like her and Tony are like the two anchors of the division. They keep that's who they really need, like two very experienced, very good, very but also big star power. They've got big names, bringing legitimacy to the division. And yeah, I think Monet's match with Billy Starks recently, for example, was brilliant. She's had some really good programs. Um, and I feel like with Britt Baker, like that feud right at the beginning, people skeptical, and I think she's proven the doubters wrong, and everyone who all of her fans right recently. Like she's
Yeah.
picked up, and yeah, I love her, love her, love her, love watching her in the ring. Okay, so yeah, we are on to the women's roster now. So we've got the two champions out the way, and now we're going through them alphabetically. So first of all, we have Abaddon.
I can't stand her, but I felt nothing. Can't be asked. Them, I can't stand them. Sorry. Yeah, it's just not for me.
Valid, valid. Yeah,
I hate spooky shit. Spooky shit. I
it's
hate
very.
spooky, wacko, crazy. Cause this is real. It's not for me. It's not for me. And I love horror, but it don't work.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's not my cup of tea either. I mean, I don't have any strong feelings either way about Abaddon really. So I think I felt nothing is pretty spot on.
Who that? Is that Anna J?
That is Anna J. Yeah.
I felt nothing.
I feel like I feel like she could edge up to create a wrestler.
Not for me, but if that's where I didn't know.
I mean, I'm not going to die on that
I feel
Anna J
no
thing.
emotional connection. I feel no connection to her though.
Mm,
That's the issue. I agree that she's decent enough in the ring. Going to Japan helped her a bit, but you can be a contrarian if you want and be like, I love Anna J, but I just don't think that many people are clamoring for her. Like, where's Anna J? Like, it's just, you get your minutes, you get your moments, you make the most of them. And if you can't grab the attention of the crowd, you can't get over, then it's time to go back to the drawing board and rethink. And yeah, she's very career wrestler, she's very generic, but on top of that, I don't feel a connection with her, which is why I'd put her below. But
yeah.
you can put her in core, it's fine.
I yeah. I this I guess what you said, like the genericness, is why I sort of leant towards this, and I think I feel a little more than nothing. But I can't really articulate what it is. It's difficult because I haven't. She doesn't do a lot of note. She's not really got anything going for her. So it's difficult. Um, but yeah, just felt a little harsh down here. So is that all right? Can she
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking
create
at
a
Sammy
rest?
Guevara heat. Imagine
Yeah,
that as a
it's
boy band.
oh my God, worst boy band of all time. Well, we've got Athena next.
It's difficult because I do want to put her in elite, but it's called elite. It's not called honor, and she hasn't wrestled on Dynamite or Collision, so
Yeah.
I think she's got to go in my Shayla because how can you be elite if you're not wrestling on AEW
Yeah,
television,
yeah, totally. I
wrestling on a
think
separate
that
brand?
maybe not in the so distant future she'll be an elite. Seems like hints of maybe being dropped. Um, so yeah, and I think yeah, what a fantastic talent. And like how exciting is that? Like someone who is pretty much like primed and ready to go for the women's roster, but she's not in the main AEW roster yet. So that's such exciting potential for the future.
Yeah.
We got your girl, Britt Baker.
Well, she hasn't been about for a while, so I don't know.
Would it count as obsolete? It's been a long time.
I don't know when she last wrestled. I'll have a look
Mm.
because yeah,
I'm getting a lot of feedback noise coming from. You not hear that?
no.
All I could do was like
Has
bzzz.
it stopped now?
Yes, it stopped.
RIP headphone users 2012 YouTube. Um, I'm looking. On August 25th, All In, Baker was defeated by Monet. We all know that. On the November 13th episode of Dynamite, Baker defeated Penelope Ford. After the match, Baker was confronted by 3D, which Baker responded by saying nobody cares repeatedly towards even the camera. As of January 2025, this is Baker's last AEW appearance. Yeah, I think she has to go in obsolete, but for reference, she would have been in my Shayla.
Yeah,
That is my
agreed.
babe. That is my girl. That is my ride or die. And yeah, we'll put her in obsolete so we don't open those cans of worms. But she
Yeah.
says the uncomfortable truths. She's not afraid of saying what needs to be
Mm,
said, what needs to be done. She's a
hmm
girl boss. She's a bitch. She's a boss, and she shines like gloss.
She's gatekeeping.
She's
She's
gaslighting, gatekeeping, and girl bossing.
yeah.
A, a diva is another version of a hustler. That's what you need to know, guys.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm not opening that can of worms. So moving on to Deanna Perrazzo.
I like Diana. I do. I do like Diana. I think mid card good for what she is.
Mm, yeah, I agree.
And
I
you
feel
could
like
put her semi partner, I guess, a Taya Valkyrie in if you want. They can go together.
sure, why not? Yeah, I think yeah, these two are pretty fun whenever get to see them on the screen. And look, I love how much colour they've just brought up here.
Yeah,
The yellow
slur.
hair and the green feathers, beautiful. Um, we've got Diamante.
I don't care.
Same.
I don't care. Sorry, but I don't care.
We've got Emi Sakura next.
Emi Sakura, this is another person that I just have never felt a connection with that, but a lot of people do. So to me, it feels I'd put her in career wrestler because I think she is good in ring,
Yeah,
But I just don't feel it's like Anna Jay. Like I just don't. But it's even worse with Emi Sakura because a lot of people like her. She's got a bit
I
of a
can
cult
see
following.
why. I can see why, but I'm not part of that cult. We've got Harley Cameron now.
My Shayla, she's great. She's the full package. She's entertaining. She's good in ring for the amount of training she's received, and she's constantly progressing, which is really exciting to see. She's entertaining. She brings a lot to the division, and yeah, I like her a lot, and I hope she continues to do stuff because I think there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, 100%. Um, I mean, yeah, she can make anything funny. She's got that natural ability to do that, and yeah, and yeah, like not bad in ring. Like you said, considering like she's not had loads of experience. Um, I loved her stuff in Australia, like Grand Slam. That was all very entertaining. Yeah, hopefully she can bounce back from that and do something soon. So yeah, yeah, she's up there. Um,
Cedar.
yes, we've got Sheeda next. Let me zoom out.
Sheeda hasn't been doing much, but then that's quite common for Sheeda in that like she won't really do stuff for a while and then they'll call her
Bounce
over.
back. Mm,
I think she's got to be an upper mid card though. Like I would put her in my Shayla, but because of like her lack of presence and
yeah.
attendance the past year, I think
Mm,
she has to go there. But if she was on more, then she would move up for me because again, reliable, great talent, great in ring worker, and she's held it down with the women's division,
yeah.
held it down in some of its darkest days. So
Yeah,
yeah,
100%. Yeah, like a constant sort of presence, even though it is sort of fleeting, like on screen. You know that when you need her, she's gonna be there. Yeah, absolutely. We've got Jamie Hayter.
felt nothing.
Oh, that is
Genuinely, in
controversial.
this current rendition, since she's come back, I felt nothing. I
Yeah,
feel absolute. I was so excited for her to come back. I loved what she was doing before. I just do not understand. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
yeah.
I don't get the character. I don't get it.
I mean, I think
I would please someone
explain.
explain to me what this is because I just don't get it.
I
It's
think
giving
it.
everything, but it's giving nothing.
Yeah, I think it went downhill when we went to go buy our food at All In, and that's when she returned, and we had no idea. And people were popping, and we were like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, we thought it was like an ad break, like in between the pre-show ending and the main show starting. And it turns out fucking Jamie Hayter returned, and we were like, "Oh,
Yeah, just we were excited and we just don't get this new version of the character. And I think a lot of people still
yeah,
would rank Jamie Hayter a lot higher. In ring, she's definitely still an absolute workhorse.
yeah,
But for me, a lot of the momentum has been lost, and it's such a shame when your excitement just gets squandered. It's the same way of like the Devil storyline when your excitement and
hmm
then what you think you're gonna get. I'm literally crying right now because my nails are so ugly. This is what I wanted, and this is what I got. Like, it's just like, yeah, this is what I got. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
exactly, yeah." Yeah, we're moving on to Julia Hart then.
She's
Um,
been out because of injury, recently came back. I'd put her in good for what she is. She's only just sort of come into the mix and it seems that they don't really have much for her as of right now. They've got like their big programs at the top. I mean, when you got Megan Bain with the Alton Towers fast track Q pass, it would seem to the front of the roller coaster. People like the Julia Harts that have been plugging away for a while just sort of get shoved to the wayside.
mm,
But yeah, I know we're not supposed to take the past into context, but when someone has just come back from injury and that yada yada, I think she is good for what she is. She's got a cool something different.
yeah,
a bit of edge. She's young. She does a beautiful moonsault, one of the best moonsaults in the game right now.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think she belongs there with the other ladies in that category.
Yeah, absolutely. I do really like her, but not so much to bump her up to my Shayla, really.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
not one of our
especially
faves.
yeah, and especially given like what you just said about her not, not long come back from injury. But yeah, I think she's got an interesting character and a lot to work with when the time is right. Uh oh, it's Camille.
Can't be asked. Couldn't be asked then. Can't be asked now.
I mean, is she? I haven't seen her for a while. Oh my God, Karen Jarrett.
Right up to Marshalla with her beautiful husband,
You two can
Double J.
sit together. Where's he gone? Am I blind?
He's next to Jack Perry.
Oh shit, yeah, there he is. I am blind. There we go. It's because we're kind
There
of
they
covering that bit.
are.
You two can sit together.
Lovely.
Very nice. Kira Hogan.
Uh, Creator wrestler. I
Yeah,
think she does have good in-ring work and she could pull out a good match, but you know, as with the other two, is there much of a character? Is there much of an emotional investment?
yeah,
No.
yeah. No, not at the moment. Not at the moment.
Oh, speaking
Yeah,
of
Chris
emotional investment,
Statlander. I
I
mean, she's
mean,
heading up here somewhere, I think, but
she's even my Shayla,
I feel like yeah,
my
it's got to be done, hasn't
Shayla.
it?
I love Chris Statlander. You know, another reliable force,
Hmm.
foundational, as
Yeah,
Lucy said earlier, and just really rootable, really likable, great in ring, authentic, charismatic, and she doesn't have to do the most to get people to root for her either. She just has that natural coolness about her, that
yeah,
aura.
yeah, absolutely.
She's very nonchalant. I love it.
Hmm. And it was ages ago now, but her and Willow felt like a bit of a missed opportunity. But I don't want to dwell on the past, but that whole thing was quite weird. That character arc was strange. But we move past that. We'll move past that. But yeah, I mean, regardless of that, I would probably put her up here anyway, because that wasn't her fault. That was just a booking. Um, so yeah, yeah, Sheila. Um, I don't know who that is.
Layla.
Layla something.
I can't remember which faction she's with. Is it Top Flight? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Top Flight. Uh, can't be asked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I apparently don't know her. Um, oh, Leela Gray. Yeah, I do. I do.
Layla Grey, Leela Grey.
Leela, whatever, whatever.
Leela,
We've got
whatever.
Madison Rain up next.
Isn't that just a trainer? Thought she just trained, didn't know she wrestled.
Yeah, I don't think she wrestles.
Speaking of Mariah May, she's elite. She is my favourite. I mean, obviously Britt Baker will always be my favourite in my heart, but seeing as people have bullied Britt Baker out of the card of no fault of her own, because she is absolutely perfect and
And she can
slayful.
do no wrong.
Uh, she can do no wrong, but this is another woman who can also do no wrong, and just wow. She's my favorite right now for sure. Very, very easy. I mean, I've got a few favorites. I love Start. I do love Tony a lot, but Mariah May for me just takes the cake. I think she's fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and she's like the same age as us as well. And
Crazy.
also my second name is May as well, so like we're like the May twins sharing
Yeah.
in our basic white girl middle name era.
Mhm. Mhm.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what you said, she can do no wrong even when she nearly kills people
Oh yeah.
for no apparent reason. You know, I support women's rights and women's wrongs. So yeah, she's girl boss. She's fantastic. I mean, considering how young she is, just the depth of character that she brought to the story with Tony,
We say
the
how young she is, but
quality.
like, is 24 that young, or is it just we think 24 is young because we're just like we're just two girls, we're a podcast.
I
Like,
feel like she's might be even younger than that, but I could be wrong.
no, I'm pretty sure she's our age. But what I mean is like we think it's young, but it's not really. Like we're entering our mid-20s.
Oh shit, she's 26.
Oh, she's a bit older.
Christ. I mean, and that's not old. Of course, that is not old, but I don't know why I had it in my head that she was like
I mean, it's
fucking
not.
20 or
Well,
something.
we're 25 this year,
Hmm.
so it's
So
not that
yeah.
much.
Um,
5 year to 30,
I think
30,
it
flirty and thriving.
it's maybe partly because like, you know, she has not long been wrestling like on the British indie scene. And I know a lot of people who, you know, like wrestled her like on a personal level. Like I'm friends with people who know her, and like I feel like not that. It doesn't feel like she's been in the big leagues for that long, and it feels like she's come so far in such a short space of time that it makes me feel like, wow, she's so early in her career, which she absolutely is. But um, you know, it just makes the skill and the ability seem quite like just even more impressive. When you consider how far she's come.
But when someone's a star, they're a star.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
and they come up fast. You can't
absolutely.
you can't deny it. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. What a signing for AEW.
I mean, they literally struggled to give her decent storylines outside of Tony, which I don't think was so much on the depth of the roster, but also on their inability to book.
Mm,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's like that speaks to just how much aura she had
Hmm.
finding
Absolutely.
people on her level.
Yeah, she's undeniable. She's just got the aura of a star. Have you heard the rumors that she might be leaving AEW?
I don't think she'd be leaving. Her contract coming up, but I don't think she'd be getting that bag. I think she might
I
have
thought the
ambitions to go
same.
to WWE one day, but she'll be getting that bag.
I thought the
Getting
same
that
thing,
bag.
but then I saw some people quite defiantly saying, "Oh well, she's gonna leave," and it's like, is she? How can we be so sure about that? I mean, she's just had the run of her absolute lifetime, and now apparently she's leaving. It doesn't make sense.
I think she'd be better in a business perspective, even if she did want to go to WWE one day, which I think would be good for her. I think she could absolutely smash WWE as well. But I think it'd be more intelligent to stay, continue to build stock, continue to earn more money, and then in your next contract release,
Mm.
then think about things like that. I think if you've
Oh
got
yeah,
momentum in one company, why stop it?
yeah, yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
gamble. But, she can do whatever she
Who
wants.
knows? Who knows what's going on? Um,
Who knows?
in the checkbooks. We've got Marina Shafir now.
It's tough because she just don't wrestle. She just don't
Oh my
wrestle.
God. Yeah, we've literally not seen her in a match. I feel, I don't think, full stop. I think next week in that mixed tag is going to be the first time.
I
So
guess
it's
you can put
really
in good
difficult
for
to
what
rank
she
her.
is because she is good for what she is. She's good in the role of being Moxley's lackey.
Yeah,
But we're being generous there because the woman don't wrestle.
yeah.
She
She's
just
never
does
said
not
anything.
wrestle.
We don't know what's the reason. What is the reason for what's the justification?
Very
Um,
wasted opportunity.
yeah. I mean, badass. Yeah, total badass. Um, just yeah, potential there for a lot more. It's very one dimensional, isn't it? Just oh,
Yeah.
badass bodyguard type of thing.
It could have really bolstered up the rest of the women's division, though. There could have been,
Yeah.
like, not just Willow, there could have been so many others going against her and trying and failing. And they could have done a whole thing there if
Hmm.
he wanted to, but he didn't. He
Yeah,
didn't. And
massive missed opportunity.
it's like Yuta. Like, Yuta could have so much more momentum than he does have right now if they just knew when when to strike, and they
There's so
just
many,
don't.
yeah, there's so many elements, so many missed opportunities within that storyline. You just think, why? Why are we sort of resting
Tell
on
all
our
book.
laurels and just
I'm
letting
sure
it,
we'll find out one day. Someone will speak, and we'll get more details because I think
hopefully.
it is a lot of stuff's obviously gone on behind the scenes and
There's
things
more
like
than meets the eye, isn't there?
yeah.
For sure.
Oh, look who's next.
Look who it is. It's Estelle's favourite wrestler, Megan Bayne.
To me, it's Sammy Guevara. I can't stand her. I
I mean,
can't. Again,
yeah.
she is a good wrestler, right? Very beautiful, good wrestler, a talent, right? She's a talent. I'm not saying she has no talent. I'm not saying. To me, I said it in the comment section in last week's Dynamite review. I just don't like what she represents. I don't like the booking. I don't like. We both don't like big person, man or woman, coming in and just annihilating people. It's boring. It's cardboard. There's no end goal for it because if she loses the title to Tony, she loses, she's just at square one. Then
Mm.
people can say, oh well, her thing is beating people up, so then she just goes and beats people. At what point does it get old? And it will get old. It will get old. Even to the people that like her, it will get old. I'm telling you, you can't just F5 people forever. Like, it's not how it works.
I know.
With you know with other people that have done that in the past with Brock Lesnar, he was used sparingly. That's the thing with these type of people. A Goldberg type character, a character who's all about hurting people. It's about being used sparingly. The Hurt Syndicate didn't come out and just lay everyone out and murder everyone. They were strategic, so it's kind of like there's a protection of the gimmick. There's got to be some protection somewhere. There's got to be boundaries in place because she's like a one-man fucking shield. She's more menacing than bloody Death Riders. How
Yeah,
is this woman
that's so
more
true.
menacing to the fucking women's division than Marina Shafir? It makes
Yeah,
no
yeah,
sense. It's what
yeah.
she represents. It's
Really.
just what she represents, and she's just a face of a lot of things that I don't like. I like using what we've got. You've got amazing talent. You've got Julia Hart coming back. You've got so many people who've been waiting for their big moment. And to just, like I say, fast pass someone in for no reason other than your own ego as a booker because you're excited for this new signing. It's irresponsible, it's reckless, it's ridiculous, it's short-term booking, it's short-term gratification, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit because it damages everyone else. And storylines shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be at the expense of one person or the other. If you're a good booker and a good storyteller, both people come out stronger and better, even if one person loses. It's bullshit.
And dear listener, would you argue with that?
They would. They would.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, but if you're in my shoes, like sat here right now, would you though? Would you fight to have this woman put up to I felt not like even I felt nothing because clearly we feel something. There's some strong feelings in the chat. Um, I don't have that passionate hatred, but you put forward a very solid argument, and I'm not here to die on the hill of bumping her up to maybe create a wrestler. I'm just not. So
You're choosing your battles.
yeah, precisely that. I don't disagree with anything that you said. Yeah, it is short-term booking, and I don't see where it's gonna go. Yeah,
Megan Bayne,
that's it
world
really.
domination. Every title, baby.
Oh
Every
yeah.
match, Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne mania. Megan Bania. I don't know.
Now book these five in a five-way match. Megan
That
Bayne,
is my
destroy
hell.
them all.
That is my personal nightmare blunt rotation right there. Fuck me.
Yeah. Okay, well, should we move on to the next member of the women's roster then?
Let's.
We've got that off your chest. Okay, Mercedes Martinez.
I felt nothing. I feel like I've definitely seen her wrestle, but it
Mm,
clearly wasn't of note.
yeah,
So,
yeah, me too.
my
Mo
Shayla.
Wayne,
My Shayla.
MILF category, MILF of the Year award
There
winner.
should have been a MILF category.
Kenny Omega would be number one.
Kenny Omega has like rich divorced housewife energy.
Doesn't
Like he's
he?
just, especially on his run right now. Like, he's just come back from a divorce. He's got a big settlement,
Yeah,
and
right.
he's just got a
He
girl
don't
boss
give a
energy.
fuck. He's in his I don't give a fuck era. He's in his hot girl summer type beat. Yeah, absolutely. Nyla Rose, is she injured currently?
I don't think she's injured, but she hasn't been used for a fair while. Again, I shall vet to see
Okay.
as of when she was last used, because a lovely picture's come up with her with lovely pink hair.
Oh.
How stunning! Dun, 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 dun.
I don't follow her on social media.
She's last been active in December of 2023 in Ring of Honor.
Oh my God. 2023.
Yeah,
Right. Wow.
I can't see anything else that's happened since then. So yeah,
Obsolete it is.
and maybe she's been wrestling on indies and about in other places. But as far as
Yeah.
AEW, I don't think anything's been happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then let's go on to Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford is like, I think her and Anna Jay are very similar, but I just like Penelope Ford, and I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. I just like her.
Yeah, I think she's got more of an aura about her, more of a natural ability.
I just,
I also think she's,
I just like her.
yeah,
I don't
I think you
know.
have more chance to like her as well. I feel like she's has better like presentation and is put into better situations. Like comparing her to Anna
But
Jay.
even before, because she only started being used recently, but I've just always liked her wrestling style. It's very
Mm.
smooth, very athletic, gymnastic. I don't know if she's got a gymnastics background, but it's just very smooth and some of the intergender stuff she did in the early days. Again, we're not judging the early days, but yeah, I don't think, she's going to be world champion or anything like that.
Mm.
Again, I don't think she's got buckets full of character. It's more just aura, and I just like her.
Yeah, fair
Just
enough.
do.
That's a good enough justification as any. We've got Queen Aminata,
Yeah, I think she
who
should go up
I
to
like.
the good for what they are category. I
Yeah,
think she belongs there with those women. Again, very likable, and I'd say out of all of them, to be honest with you, only because Sheeta's kind of seemingly hit like a glass ceiling. She's won the women's title a few times, other than maybe like Julie Hart, I think she has the most potential to move up and the most potential
yeah,
to do stuff. Because
yeah. Agreed. I
yeah,
think that they're quite hot on her. I think they like her. Um,
yeah,
just
she's
with
been
like some.
collisioning a bit.
Yeah, 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 and yeah, very athletic and unique as well. So yeah, agreed. Who's that?
Rebby? Rebby? Rebel. I'm pretty sure she's obsolete.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too.
So I haven't not seen her about in a while. Who dat
Red
next?
Velvet.
Um, Creative wrestler because I think she has talent.
Mm,
I think she has in-ring talent, which, the creative wrestlers, everyone in creative wrestler can go. Like they're all great in ring. They're just a bit generic, or
yeah,
like I
a bit,
just don't
just
have
a
like an
little bit
emotional
boring.
attachment to them. Just a
Hmm.
bit bland, a bit vanilla,
Needs a bit of salt.
a bit of salt, bit of peri peri salt.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Rio.
I haven't seen Rio about either. I don't think I can't be asked checking the wiki for everyone, but I don't think she's about.
I'm not sure. I'll have a if I can find it quickly. I will do my best.
And then I think as well the next two need to be obsolete because
Yeah.
well, one of them doesn't have a contract no more, and one of them's had or having baby.
Oh,
One of the
sorry, apparently Rio in late December, Dave Meltzer confirmed that she would no longer appear for AEW. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Oh, so
That's
she's
wrong.
injured. She's injured. She's
She's
injured.
injured, so she's obsolete.
July
Those three are obsolete.
2024. She hasn't been seen on AEW since then, and it's unknown if she'll be coming back. So yeah, yeah, just had a baby. I think just had the baby, or is currently pregnant. Not sure, and has just left the company. So Serena Deeb.
Felt nothing. In the words of Britt Baker, who cares? And y'all gave a heat, but genuinely, who cares, man?
It was quite apt. It was quite apt. I
It
remember
was.
when they tried to portray her as a very big threat, and it wasn't believable, really, which is
Just wasn't the
unfortunate.
vibe, man. Don't want to go back to those memories.
Yeah. Um, I just realized I don't think I said out loud who we put in obsolete just then. It was Ruby Soho and Soraya. And yeah, so we've got Serena Deeb in I Felt Nothing. And the next person is Sky Blue.
I mean, she's been out injured and she hasn't come back yet, so it seems quite unfair to rank her, right?
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Yeah, definitely not seen her for ages. Um, this is Tay Mello.
She can go with Time Ella, she can go with Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, these two.
By proxy, but also she's always just been a bit annoying for me. But yeah, by proxy. If you're marrying that, you're not in your right mind, are you?
There's
You're
something a
just
bit.
not. Somewhat not, but there's someone out there for everyone, so
Yeah, yeah, well.
good for them, you know.
Thunder Rosa then.
I don't like Thunder Rosa.
Oh my God, I know. I forgot that
I
you
don't like
don't.
Thunder Rosa. Even in that last match that was on Dynamite, it's
Mm,
just it's below creative wrestling. She's just so botchy, man. She's so botchy and just never in place on time, and I just don't like her.
you can't be bothered. That's what it sounded
Can't be
like.
bothered. I can't, but it is probably more like Sammy Guevara heat of like, but I put her in. I felt nothing. Put her in. I felt nothing. But yeah,
Yeah, I
it's not
mean,
for me.
my
It's
instinct
not
would
for me.
create a wrestler. I don't think she's that bad. But again, it's not a hill I'm gonna die on.
Next time you watch a match, just watch her timings and just watch. She's just not in position. And I think botching. I'm not a wrestler. I understand the aversion to the term botch and accidents happen and people shouldn't be like scrutinized for making the odd mistake, but when
Hmm.
it's a continuous habit in your wrestling that you're never in the right place or you're botching or you can't
Yeah,
fully deliver the moves, it's just sloppy. It's just sloppy.
I'll keep an eye
Sorry.
out for that next time. See if I can see what you mean. Cause
Oh,
yeah,
look at that princess down there.
look who it
Look at
is.
that little
Willow
beautiful,
Nightingale.
amazing curator of vibes. Just
Perfect can do
wow.
no wrong.
It's hard to put her in elite though because she hasn't won a title.
Yeah, that was my internal sort of
So I don't think she is elite because I
dilemma.
think she still needs to win a title.
Mm, yeah, it's
Didn't know she had the TBS title? She had the TBS title.
yeah,
She
it's
had the
yeah,
TBS title. So
it's
did she? Honestly, guys, I'm sorry. I genuinely feel like I'm losing my mind. Like I don't know how long this is going to be. Like 12 hours long.
it's not as long as
Like
last time. Don't worry. I
we,
feel like we've kept it quite concise in comparison.
mate.
It's hard with Willow because she is perfect in every
Yeah,
single
she's
way.
won the TBS and she won the Owen Hart, but I think that was during a time when sort of the women's division it wasn't as stacked as it is now. And so yeah, we haven't really seen her go against like Tony Storm or
Mm,
Mariah May or Mercedes who are sort of in their peak. So seeing her go against them and seeing where she'd stand, and I think she could have a really hot program with any of those three. And I'm looking forward to what she does with hopefully Shafia. But
Yeah.
I just think she just needs that moment to prove herself. It's just she needs to be given it though. She needs to be given it, and I think she will deliver.
Yeah,
But it's
I
hypothetical.
agree.
It's hypothetical right now.
I think she's so versatile. She's violent, but she's also perfect baby face, and she can go in the ring. Um, she, her promos are so like emotive. They really make me feel something. She makes me feel something. I might even go as far to say that she's my favorite member of the women's roster at the moment.
That's totally fair.
But yeah, I feel like she fits the criteria for elite, but I just feel like yeah, we're just not there like at the
Objectivity has
moment.
returned, gang.
Yeah,
Objectivity has returned.
objectively, I don't think we're there at the moment. Um, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it means there's room to take her further, which I think we will do in like the quite near future. So, yeah, this doesn't
Watch
pain
this
me.
space.
This is fine. This is good. So we're down to the last member of the female roster, Yuka Sakazaki.
I think she's good for what she is when she's used. I think, it's difficult when someone's on that kind of contract where they just make the odd appearances, so there is limited investment, but she's good and she brings over that Joshi style of wrestling, does it well, performs well, and
Hmm.
even that match that she had, I can't remember, maybe it was against Mercedes for the main event at Dynamite, and it's like you couldn't be asked, and you watched it, and like you could be asked through watching it, and it was well
Yeah.
done. So
Yeah.
yeah, judging her by her own contractual confines, I think that's where I would
Mm.
put her.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I agree. So that's it. We've done the
Oh my
the
god, we're nearly
roster.
there. Fuck me, we're
Um,
nearly there.
so now we're down to like personalities. We've also got some refs in here, commentators, backstage interviewers,
Like a
etc.
marathon.
Yeah. But we're nearly there. The end is in sight. So let's start off with Alex Marvez. He's a
I can't be
backstage
asked.
interviewer.
Every time I see him, I'm just like, I just wish he was someone else.
Oh, that's so harsh. Bless him.
He's just wooden. He's wooden. He gives nothing. He gives nothing for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fine. I mean, I don't really have any strong feelings either. I just feel like that's a bit mean. I feel like he seems sweet.
Well, good for him. Good for him. What can I say?
Okay, Alex Marvez. Felt nothing. Oh, sorry, yawning. We've got Alicia. Or
Alicia,
Alicia. Oh, however you say
she's
her
only
name.
been started to use a bit more on TV, so it's kind of difficult. I guess good for what she is. Maybe core, because I think even though she's not a wrestler, she's just finding her footing, I think.
Yeah, I
She's
think
quite
she's.
generic at the minute. I
Yeah,
wish they'd kind of play to her strengths. I know Shivani does the interviews, he does it very well, and I know Renee does a lot of interview stuff on the YouTube channel, but I really think that's her strength is interviewing people. And so I think if they kind of give her more of a role in that, she'll kind of find
like
her footing a bit more in AEW.
you mean? Do you mean like sort of like uh
Podcasts,
longer form sort of stuff rather than just backstage segments?
yeah, or even just like yeah, and then eventually like sit down interviews. I think
Mm,
if they kind of presented to her, I mean, it's like how much depth do you want to give like your backstage personnel though?
no,
You know what I mean? It's nitpicking. At the end of the day, does it matter? No, but she was that's what she made her name in was
mm,
interviewing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I think she could do more stuff for
Yeah,
the company.
yeah, definitely. I do think she does sort of blend in with the other backstage interview personalities that they've got. I mean, they've got quite a lot of them. I don't
Well,
feel
they've
it.
got three. They've got Lexi, Renee, and her, and then that
And
Marvez guy.
yeah, but I feel like you don't need that many. But that's besides
Well,
the
I
point.
guess that some of them might need holidays.
True. True. Very true. Um,
Don't know him.
don't know these.
Who the fuck are these people?
I don't know.
Who
I don't know who that is.
You know, we're
Um,
tired, we're cranky.
do you know
I
who
want
this
my
lass
evening
is?
snack. Do I fuck?
Okay.
Do I fuck?
Are we gonna bother to check or?
I mean, just shove him in. I'm looking now, but just shove him in the don't know you love.
Do you know Bobby Cruz?
No. So, oh, we've got. I'll tell you, who we've got. We've got Alvaro Rio has. I don't know him. Maybe something to do with Spanish commentary. Maybe not. I don't know. We've got Ariel Levy. Don't know him. Arkady Aura. Bobby Cruz. Carlos
Oh, Carlos.
Cabrera. Sorry.
Carlos needs to
Um.
get up there. Get Carlos in the mid card at least.
Oh my God.
Carlos is amazing. He's been in this for the long run. He's like the Michael Cole of Spanish commentary.
All right. At this point,
You're like, I
shove him,
don't give a
shove.
single fuck.
Yeah, I don't care whether you put Carlos Cabrera in the bottom. I don't care if you put him in elite at this point. Like, you know, right? I
Excalibur.
think Excalibur is elite. He's elite. I think all the commentary is elite.
Oh, but not Carlos. Even Ian Riccaboni. I mean, yeah, he's very good.
I, he's my Shayla.
Okay,
We
so
don't
not
get to
elite
see
then.
him as. Oh, we don't get to see him as often. You know,
hmm
he's
JR.
he's got a wife and kid. And he actually
Yeah, it's
cares about
very
them.
sweet how dedicated he is to his family. Like he's always posting about them.
I think JR's my Shayla.
Really? Okay. You don't. Why?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we don't really hear from him as often as everyone
Oh,
else.
but like, but when he does, don't you think he had something really special?
Yeah, but I think he's winding down now. It's good, bro.
Um. Oh, Justin Roberts. What do we think about Justin Roberts?
He's good for what he is.
Yeah.
He's not like my favorite. Well, I've put him in Crit Wrestler. He's not my
Oh,
favorite like
yeah.
announcer of all time, but he
Yeah,
is very
same.
unanimous with AEW.
Yeah.
I don't love all the stylistic choices he makes
Mm,
announcing wise. Sometimes he just does it and it's a bit weird. Like sometimes he just whispers it.
yeah.
I can't think off the top of my head. Some people he gives really good, like the John Moxley, you know. But sometimes it's just awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't explain it. I can't
No,
explain it without having an example. But
I
it's just
agree. Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah, it is.
They'd be like
Um,
Cope, or I'd be like Darby Allen.
yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just like I want it to be intense. I want it to be like dramatic.
Oh my God. You could be the voice actor for him in Fight Forever, like honestly, you got it spot on.
There's someone as well that I'm thinking of, but I cannot think of it. And one of them it really cracks me up. And when I next hear it, I'll say on the review.
I'll look forward to it.
Who that?
Um, what's this?
Lexi.
Yeah, Lexi. Forgot her name for a second then.
She's creative wrestler. She's generic, but she's
Yeah,
good.
she's
She's
good.
good. She's like Alicia. She's good, but I think they both give a bit more than Marvez.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just not.
What I
It's
will
not fully
say
serving.
about Marvez is I like his emotions. I think he has good emotions.
Like his
He
emotions.
has he has this like I can just picture him in my head being like scared or shocked or something.
Oh,
You
I
know?
just think he's. Yeah, but to me, he's like a bit pathetic.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I
fair
just
enough.
got heat with him.
Yeah, for
Just
some
don't
reason.
like him.
Sammy Guevara heat on Alex Marvez, people like. Okay, Big Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel's elite. Nigel's top tier.
I mean,
Top tier lad.
elite commentator, elite wrestler, elite person.
Great banter.
Love everything
Love.
about him.
Oh, speaking
Speaking
of elite,
of, oh,
you know, this is how you have personality, you
she is
sell,
everything. She is what I
but you
aspire
don't
to be in
steal the
life.
scene. Just
Yes, she's perfect.
Perfect. No notes. Chef's kiss.
Love you, Renee. Everything we need in a
Oh,
oxygenated
elite.
and more.
Elite.
Taz, straight up
Tasmania.
there.
Taz Jones over here.
Hilarious.
What a guy.
The best. The best.
I
Tony
love how to
Schiavone.
start. It was like an in-depth discussion. And now we just caveats. And we're like, what a guy. Yeah, I love that one.
Well,
As I'm putting him in the top category.
you know how
And
angry
we're not
people are
even
gonna get.
justifying it.
People are gonna get hot about these commentators and being an elite, but fuck 'em.
Why?
Fuck
Why?
'em.
Why would people get hot about commentators being an elite? I don't get it.
It's a good question. I don't know. Don't ask me.
I
Ask
put
them.
Aubrey in good for what she is, and everyone else in Sammy Gavari. I hate them all.
Everyone else, okay,
Yeah.
right? Because we hate referees, we hate authority figures, apart from when they're women.
It's just like, well, no, you can put them all in I felt nothing apart from Bryce Remsburg. You can be in Sammy Gavari because he's so annoying.
He's very annoying. Yeah, I agree. I don't like him.
He's just
I
shouting
mean,
all the time.
he seems
Man.
really
Like, pipe
lovely.
down.
He seems like quite bubbly and nice, but yeah, he's annoying in the ring.
It's too much.
Yeah,
Oh
too
yeah,
much.
look at him. He belongs with us. That's like the lunch table at school. You don't want to sit with them.
Oh yeah. We've got Jerry Lynn.
How can you rank Jerry Lynn?
We've also got Pat Buck.
I don't know him. I don't know him like that.
And Sarah Stock.
I don't know her.
Ending the tier list strong. What a strong way to end the tier list on these random people who we don't know. Cool. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole AEW roster ranked. So let's take a look up at the very top. I mean, the best of the best. Hangman, Moxley, Okada, Omega, Takeshita, MJF, Strickland, Jay White, Will Ospreay, Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné, and Mariah May. And the commentators, because we love you guys. I mean, that's strong, isn't it? That in itself is so strong. Some of the best wrestlers in the whole world.
Yeah, and the commentary team is, if people want to argue, that's one of the best commentary teams in wrestling right now. And, you know, obviously we're ranking them within their systems. We're not comparing the women to the men. We're not. Don't be so ridiculous. You know, it's separate, but it's combined. In the, like, you know, they're all on one fucking tier list, obviously. But yeah, you read through all those names, you look at those pictures, they all look like they belong. No one's on there standing out like a sore thumb. Maybe Tony Schiavone. Some people might take some people have heat with Tony Schiavone. But
I don't know why, but yeah, there's some people do.
Those are the people that, you know, if you saw a tour bus with their faces on, it makes sense. They make sense.
Mm-hmm. It just makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, yeah, to your point about the commentators, like, we're judging them on the merits of being a commentator. We're not, like, saying they're as good as in the same criteria as the wrestlers, obviously.
Yeah, we're not saying Tony Schiavone is better than fucking Kyle Fletcher. Like, it's like comparing apples with pears, which I've never gotten that saying, because apples and pears are quite similar. Really, like,
yeah, it's like
not that wild of a comparison
to
a bit of tuna.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a bit of grass.
Oh, look at that
not
bit of
the same
salmon. Look at that bit of salmon in between Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay.
Oh, I knew that was coming. So you're salmon boy.
The salmon boy.
And yeah, so like moving down, my Shayla is also very strong. Again, love all these people.
Yeah, love him.
Just
at a point where it's got not much left to give, but
we've not got. I mean, what else is there to say really? You know, mid card.
They're the mid card.
There's a lot of depth here. That reflects the roster. There's a lot of depth in the
but it's going to make up the bulk,
innit? Which is good.
Yeah.
Yes. It's kind of like your carbohydrates in your food group. It's got to make up the bulk, you know? Um,
Yeah, your carbohydrate, it's the body's preferred nutrition. It's the body's preferred way of getting energy. So, you need it, but also
what
protein
are we
is really
talking about?
important. Unless you're on a
What are we actually
keto
talking
diet.
about?
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Right, okay.
Um,
Whew.
and funnily enough, I felt nothing can't be asked is the biggest category by quite a
Well,
long
yeah.
way.
But a lot of people on that are people that aren't shown on weekly television or they're in Ring of Honor, and it's a huge
You've
roster.
heard of
But if he
him,
ever wants
but
to make some budget cuts and save some money,
this is like the fat section of the food group. Like you cut it off, you know. You don't need it.
okay.
Um, yeah, and I feel like what's the most controversial thing on it? There's a lot of controversial things that people are going to be sounding off in the
People are
comments.
going to be pissed off about Jamie Hater.
I think
No one's
these
going to be
three.
upset about Adam. No one's going to be upset about Adam Cole.
I don't know. Maybe
Someone will
I'm
be upset
Delulu. I
about
think
some
they
random
will.
luchador. I feel like there
Yeah,
should be a lot
definitely.
more luchadors on the roster. Like, what happened to them all?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, where did we put Bandido? Because that one, oh, is that him there? That's gonna.
Oh, that's going to trigger some people.
And then down
Ricochet
in,
being in mid card will trigger people.
oh, certainly it will. Definitely will. And then, yeah, like we said, we've got the world's worst nightmare joint rotation down here in Sammy Guevara heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Cage, Chris Jericho, Max Caster, Sammy Guevara, obviously. Tay Mello, Megan Payne, and Bryce
Vice Prim.
Remsburg. Oh man, yeah, that is
That's
yeah.
that's tough to look at. It's tough to stomach.
hmm
If like you're lactose intolerant, that's like the intolerant bit.
That's the dairy bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our tier ranking of the entire AEW roster. It's the second time we've done it. This time, believe it or not, I do think it was a lot faster than last time. This might have felt like it's gone on
Well,
forever.
editing, time will tell.
Yes,
Time will
time will
tell.
tell. But I had a lot of fun, even though it took a long time, and I feel like my brain is just
Fried.
a tiny little pea inside my skull right now. I had a lot of fun. Is
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
always
it
have
was fun.
fun.
It was good to
Um,
do it, like get our opinions out and like vent and like it's also nice, I think, for just doing the weekly reviews because like it's not until you start talking about things that you fully because like we're indecisive, but like with this you
we are.
have to be decisive about how you feel about
Oh
people and
yes,
be honest with yourselves about where people are. Like,
this is a good
we
exercise
may
for developing like decision making skills. I feel.
put this on my CV.
hmm And also, it's like it's teamwork, it's collaboration. We had to compromise, and there's a lot of skills in this. So do go find this, and oh, sorry, there's an advert right at the
in
top of the
the
screen.
in
That
the
thing.
in the description. And if you don't like it, make one yourself. You can put 10 Sammy Guevaras in Elite and 50 Wardlows. No one's stopping you, baby.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever the fuck you want. Go wild.
Literally.
Um, but yeah, do let us know. And we've been taking the piss, but do let us know what you think in the comments. Just don't be mean. Please don't be mean. Yeah, that's the joy of wrestling. It's fucking subjective. So everyone has different tastes and opinions, and that's why it's
Oof,
so fun.
shivers went through me.
Shivers went through it. They thought of the comments section. Um,
Electrifying.
but yeah, that's it. That's gonna do it. I mean, maybe we'll come back this time next year and do
It's
it
a
all
big
again.
bill being above Samoa Joe.
Too late to change it now.
No, I love it. I love it. I stand by that.
It's set in
I
stone,
love Big
baby.
Bill.
This is canonical. This
Aye.
is the canonical text.
This is
Uh,
the holy text.
well, if you're watching us for the first time and you've for some reason stuck to the end of this, maybe you should subscribe because maybe you might enjoy our weekly reviews of AEW.
Aye.
And we do special episodes like this, like longer form stuff about like different topics every month, or we try to. That's the aim. And yeah, well, hopefully you'll enjoy the episodes, whatever this is going to end up being. And we really do appreciate all the support, and thank you for listening. So yeah, maybe we'll revisit this one day. But until then, yeah, we'll see you very soon with another Dynamite review.
I must bid you adieu, goodbye, you rock and good night, bad.
I wish you died in the womb!